What is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here for yet another video. Today we have aviation news this week, episode 69, highlighting the JetBlue A220 300 for you here today. And this aircraft appeared at the Birmingham facility on the 19th of October 2020. This gorgeous airplane appeared coming out of the factory, and I wanted to make some comments on these pictures. So these pictures are courtesy of JetBlue Airlines. I just found them on the internet. I'm using them here. I should mention, won't be able to exactly see that because with the framing, how I do it, you won't be able to see the corners of the pictures, but you can just find them online. You can tell that the photographer has not edited this image a huge amount, because you can tell this picture appears to have been taken with one of those kit lenses like I have, probably something like an 18 or 400 millimeter, and you can tell he's about mid-range, maybe about 100 or 200 millimeters. Because you can see the carving of the image near the corners, and you can see kind of a little bit of graying as it gets a little bit towards the corners and start to go a little bit black. And so he was either shooting through a fence when this picture was taken and the next one we're looking at, or he was taking it with not that great a quality lens and didn't really fix the problems with the picture. So just want to comment that right away. But with that being said, we have some great things about this aircraft that I like. First off, the JetBlue A220 300. It looks great, and it has a new tail design, which we'll get to in the second picture. But what I noticed right away at this first image was the engine cowling, and the front section there is a medium blue color, which is kind of interesting because usually the front of the engine cowling section there is like a silverish color on commercial aircraft, and most aircraft with jet engines, they have the silver section up front. So I thought that was very interesting that it's blue. Now I'm interested to see if this is just a covering over to protect the shiny metal finish, or if it will be delivered this way, because if it's delivered this way, this will be a very unique look they don't see very often. The second thing you'll notice is the orange on the front of the leading edge of the slats. That will be removed. That is just a part there to cover and protect the slats while they're being put into final assembly. That is not going to be delivered that way. So I really like the JetBlue A220 300. I think it looks great. So with that being said, we'll move on to the second picture that was shown here. This one is much better than the first one. Doesn't have really the carving issues that the first image had. So this is probably taken more at around, I'd say, 20 millimeters, and you can tell that this was taken inside the fence because you can see the saddle of the person on the ground at the bottom of the picture. If you look up online, I will probably have it trimmed out because of how I have to put it in the 1920 by 1080 aspect ratio for the video. But if you take a look at the picture, you can see kind of part of his saddle there, and no fence saddle. So probably he is in fact inside Birmingham Airport taking pictures of JetBlue. The first one though did need some help. But this picture here is pretty nice. And I really like the new tail. It's like hopping is what it kind of looks like. I believe it's called Hop's tail, something like that. And the tail design is on the inside of the winglet, which is also really cool. Not on the outside, just the inside. But it's supposed to be like hopping, so it's basically like a bunch of arches connected together. That's basically when you're hopping or walking. That's what the walking pattern will look like when you're looking at on a gyroscope that reads directions and heights and that sort of thing. It'll look like you're just arcing, and so it's called hops. This will be used mostly on lower capacity routes and a lot of like smaller airports for JetBlue services, so that'll be really cool. Rolly Dome's probably going to get these pretty early on, so that'll be a super cool model, and I'm going to get a model of this as well when it comes out. And then also, a couple days later, Delta Airlines got their very first A220 300. This aircraft is registered as November 302 Delta uniform, and this picture was taken on the 22nd of October 2020. And would you guys like to see additional pictures of this aircraft? Like not just the airline of net photo, but you know, some like inside look of the aircraft? I think you guys would. So let's go right over here to these two pictures. Both these images were taken by Captain Cooper S80 over on Instagram, so if you follow him on Instagram, you will have seen these pictures before because he always posted them, but they're great images and he sent the original files so you guys can see them here on YouTube. And so the first picture here is this is at the gate at Atlanta, and you can see inside the engine cowling and down the aircraft. It looks super cool. And one of the things you'll notice just inside the engine is that like teal color inside the engine, which is correct. Most new aircraft will have that. It's like a teal coating that like does some protection for the fan blades, and it looks super nice. And I'm starting to see some model manufacturers put that inside their model aircraft. JetBlue is doing that on the A321neo mold, and that looks super awesome. But yeah, this engine looks great, and I love the A220-300 look. Same aircraft here, as you can tell by the registration, 302 Delta November. And then the second image is super exciting. This is a first exclusive look at what the interior of the Delta A220-300 looks like, and it looks great. I mean, just look at that. Delta has been doing some amazing stuff with their cabins for the last 5 years, and that does not look to change with the A220-300. This looks like it'll be a great plane to fly on, and I'm really looking forward to the future of what Delta's experience in flight looks like. They've been producing really high quality products for several years now. Probably what I would say is the best cabin product available on any North American airline. And this is looking great. And this will be great, particularly because this is going to be used on smaller routes. This will probably be flying into Des Moines and other airports. And so this is great. I really like that Delta did this. So those pictures were from Captain Cooper S80. Thank you so for sending those in. And we have some more pictures here. These first few are by Epic Aviation 47. He sent me over another great batch of pictures. This is a Aero Union Airbus A310 registers X-Ray Alpha Dash Lima Foxtrot Romeo. This was taken at New York JFK's International Airport. Fairly unique catch. Thank you so for sending that in. You can kind of see in the background is Alitalia 777-300ER, and that is actually doing a cargo flight. So that is really interesting, and I believe that that aircraft is at JFK to pick up medical supplies to take back to Italy, as they're currently having a second wave of the pandemic. This picture was taken on the 18th of October 2020. Next up, we have this awesome aircraft here. This is an AN124-100 operated by a Russian airline, and this aircraft was also taken at New York JFK on April the 1st, 2020. This was back during the early relief days of the pandemic when a lot of interesting stuff was flying into JFK. This is also a super cool catch and picture by you, good sir. And then the final picture from Epic Aviation 47 that we have for today's video is this aircraft. Is November 302 Alpha November. It is an American 757-223 or former American 757-200. This picture was taken at Roswell, and it's an aircraft that is in there for storage. I do not have the photo date for this one, but it was taken sometime this year. And it's pretty sad, but one thing I should mention, I find some things interesting. But I find the way that these American aircraft fade their paint is very interesting. So as you may know, the American paint scheme colors are similar to the flag of the United States. That's the whole idea of this living. And it is red, white, and blue. And you can see that the red color has faded to a dark blue color. And that is because when this aircraft is being painted, when it was brand new, they would layer the paints. And so the blue layer was actually below the red. And so when the aircraft would fade, the red part fades off because certain colors like reds and oranges and yellows tend to fade very quickly. And blues and whites tend to fade a lot slower. And so this aircraft looks this color scheme now because of that fade, which I think is super interesting. So if you want to send in your pictures, please do send them to aviationnewstoday8@gmail.com. Link to that will be in the description below. So with that being said, we have some more fleet news for this episode. And we have this Japan Transport Air Special Livery. this one is for some sort of special campaign sticker. I'm not exactly sure what it's for, but the registration is Julian Alpha 03 Romeo Kilo, and it's a 737-8Q3. This aircraft is operated as a subsidiary of Japan Airlines, so if you're interested in Japan Trans-Ocean Air, it's kind of similar to them, it's just another name that they have. They also will be getting a new airline called Zip Air, which will be really cool. Next up, we have this super awesome special livery for the United States Air Force, and this is a pretty cool new livery here. This appears to be another livery celebrating one of the wings that flew on D-Day. You can see the D-Day stripes, and there's a cool eagle pattern which looks super awesome, as obviously he is flying F-15 Eagle. This is in particular an F-15C Eagle, which is the air superiority version of this aircraft. The aircraft is registered 78-0543. And here we have another United States military special livery. This is a United States Navy FA-18E Super Hornet, taken on October 22nd, 2020, with another super awesome livery. I really like this one. Now this is one of the single-seat Super Hornets, not one of the two-seat Super Hornets. I believe those are FA-18F Super Hornets. But this is pretty cool. I love this retro colored scheme livery. It looks super great. And then next up we have the first A330-302 for Nordwind Airlines. This was taken on October 23rd, 2020, wearing the test registration of Mike-Alpha Bravo Lima Whiskey, and it will be delivered as Victor Papa Bravo Uniform Papa. I actually really like Nordwind's livery. It's a very cool livery and I like it. And finally we have this special aircraft here, which is the very first E190 for Alliance Airlines. This aircraft is currently wearing the United States registration on November 922 Quebec, and it will be registered as Victor Hotel Uniform Yankee Zulu. And I believe these E190s for Alliance Air, which if I'm correct, they are getting these from American Airlines. I believe these are the former American E190s. These will be replacing the Saab 340s for Alliance Air, if I'm correct on that. But yeah, this will be a great addition and improvement for Alliance Air. And yeah, it's good things coming. So, I hope you guys enjoyed news for this video. And with that being said, I want to move on to some channel news. We have great content coming this week. I think you guys are really going to like it. The special interview has been delayed to next week, and I will make the announcement of who the interviewee is with the next Aviation News this week, which will be episode 70. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be really exciting. I think you guys are really going to like this guest, and it's going to be great. One of the things that I want to mention though is there will be a slight schedule change for these videos because of now how my job and things work, because I have a weekend job. So I can't really get the videos out on Monday for Aviation News this week. So what is going to be happening is these videos will be moving to Saturday. Aviation News this week will be coming out on Saturday every weekend, and that is a new schedule change. I don't want to have to do it Saturday, but for now I will have to do these videos on Saturday. So I'm sorry about that. I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the series and this video. And that'll be the big change. These will no longer be coming out on Monday or Tuesday, as is the case for this video. This video is coming out Tuesday. So these videos will now be coming out on Saturday, and the very first episode will be coming out this Saturday. So, I hope you guys don't mind that new schedule change. Other than that, we have 2 great videos planned for this week, and I've got great content coming in the upcoming weeks. So, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.